Hi, my name is Ruben. Today I want to show you two apps that I use on my mobile phone that are free. They enable me to read content and retrieve content. So essentially they're aggregators. They're both free. They're both available on the Android market. The first one I'll show you is Pulse. So Pulse is an app. It's also a service. You can log into or create an account at their website, pulse.me, and what it allows you to do is to add pages that you want to read later or that you want to read on your phone. So the beauty of this app and the other app that I'll show you is that you can download the information. So that means that it's available offline. So making it even better on a phone. So whether you're offline or online, and wherever you are, you can get the information that you need. So what you have to do when you install the Pulse application is you have to set the pages that you want of the content to be streamed into the app. So it comes with a certain set predefined. How I added all of these are essentially from my Google Reader. Sorry if this video is a little blurry. If I click the plus sign to add a page, I found that on the social option of this carousel has a Google Reader. So when I had clicked it, when I first learned about this program, I was excited to see it integrates well with Google Reader. So I was prompted to log in, and these are all my subscriptions. And what I had to do is just click the checkbox. And so all these same subscriptions that are already living in my Google Reader were just pulled into this app. So if I go back to the app, I have a couple of pages. All of my subscriptions from Google Reader. This one's on Selenium testing. These are blogs. These are primarily have to do with web development, and it even downloads an image for you. And so there you have it. You can read the content offline at your leisure. So the other thing that I wanted to show you was I'll show you how they serve as plugins for your browser, and so how this makes the ability to, this is just part of how Web 2.0 greatly enhances communication, is because it distributes information just all over the place. So we have here browser plugins. So this is my Chrome web browser. So what I did was I searched the web store, which you can just go to from when you open a new tab. You can select the web store. So this web store, you can search for the Pulse plugin and for Readability are the two apps that gather my content. And so when you install them, you'll have these two little icons here, a P for Pulse and the Readability icon. So how this works is, if I visit a page that I want to read about later, for example, Gardner's Multiple Intelligence, so I'll select the page, and then I'll go to my plugin, and I'll say I want to read it later. So it saves all the content. So what I'll do now is this Pulse app, and I could do this currently. I just did that with the Readability, but that's only to show you how the Pulse and Readability integrate. They actually work pretty similar. They work very similar, actually. So if I were to do this with the Pulse, I'm not logged in. I'd be prompted to log in, and it would give me the same option to add it to the service. So what happens is, to show you that the Pulse app is also compatible with this Readability plugin, in order to get the plugin there, I had to select Add New, and then I go down to the bottom of this list and I check readability. So what it does is it acknowledges that there are services that your content lives on. So if you enable these services, it will prompt you to log in, and it will pull in that information. So this is essentially an aggregator tool, and that integrates well with a lot of services. So I had the readability check, so that means that any content or anything that I was subscribed to in that service, that once I connect to it, it's going to pull in that information. So what I did was I selected the option to read later, and the content was saved. So now I'll go to my plugin, and I'm going to, so I have the readability stream right here. So in order to refresh the app, I'll have to pull this down. So it happened so quickly. There was that article that I just selected. That's the same article, Gartner's Multiple Intelligences. Multiple Intelligences. Howard Gardner of Harvard has identified 7. This is the same article right here. That was instantaneous. That only took probably less than 5 seconds. So it's a really cool app. It does all the retrieving of the information on its own. All you have to do is configure it. This is a major part of my personal learning network. If I selected the star here at the bottom, it will bookmark it. So if I go to Pulse's website, I'll be able to see that article. It couldn't possibly make available every... Well, I'm sure they could, but it wouldn't make available every article in your stream because it's an aggregator. It's aggregating too much content. So if you use the bookmark, then you can go onto your website and say, oh, okay, so this particular article was of interest to you, and it'll be available on their website. I can email it. I can share it on the social networks. I can tweet it. I can use Google Plus and Facebook to share the article. And so that's the Pulse app. I highly recommend it. The second app that I would like to go over is my podcatcher. This is called Beyond Pod. It's also available for free on the Android market. What this is it downloads podcast information for me or allows me to stream it. So all you have to do is know what you would want to know where your podcasts are coming from, because you can use the program to select predefined podcasts, but I had to actually add the one that I'm interested in by selecting add feed at the bottom. And I recently found a website that has good podcasts on web development. It's this website here called 5x5. So these are all podcasts that they put out. So what you have to do is you have to pull up their RSS URL. So this is their RSS URL powered by their podcast. It's based on RSS technology, so it's distributing content. So what the program needs is this FeedBurner URL. And FeedBurners are a great service provided by Google. They are also used to power my blog and distribute my content. So this is feeds.feedburner.com/thewebahead. So that's what I will enter in this field here, preceded by HTTP, which is always required before URL. And then you enter the FeedBurner address there. And then once you do that, I'm not going to do it now because I already added it. So there's the URL. So it pulls all the same information that's available on their website right here that I could listen to straight from my desktop. But this program actually gives me the ability to download them. so I could listen to them offline or just to archive them, or I could stream the podcast. So these are two major tools that I use. This podcatcher has been very helpful to me to catch up on the latest information with experts in web development and software testing. So this was a big find for me. So again, those are my two apps. Pulse, a similar program to Pulse was Readability, and my podcatcher is Beyond Pod. So I hope you found this useful. These are two of my tools that are part of my personal learning network that I've recently been expanding on, and I hope I can share a lot more. But I hope you find this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.